Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Suspenders Unbuttoned podcast. My name is Sarah.
And I'm Julie, and we're excited to welcome Miranda Kahn. Welcome, Miranda.
Thank you.
Oh, um, welcome. Thank you for being here with us, Miranda. You have a new short film coming out. It's premiering at the Tribeca Film Festival in just a few weeks. Yes. So
Yes, I do.
that is so exciting. Tell us about Fame and Other Four-Letter Words.
Fame and Other Four-Letter Words is my directorial debut, which is very exciting. This is actually the first of many interviews that I'm doing for it, so I'm actually very excited to kick it off with you ladies.
Hey.
Yeah, this project is particularly exciting for me because it's my first time directing, but I am not a stranger to filmmaking whatsoever. I've been a filmmaker for over a decade, made my way up all the way from the bottom, driving trucks around New York City with equipment and rolling turkey cheese sandwiches in the back of a van for my crew as a crafty PA. So I really have done it all. And most of my career, I've been a producer. So I've had films at Sundance, films that won Sundance. I've had films at Venice, Munich, and Paris, all over the world, South by Southwest, and Tribeca. So it's really exciting to feel like a little baby all over again in this world. It's really exciting to feel so comfortable in my industry, but then take on this new role that I feel so uncomfortable in. It's very humbling and very exciting. So I'm really excited for the world to see it.
So the title of this movie, Other Four-Letter Words, it's a very unique. It's very catching. Right away, it's got my attention. What's the story behind this?
Yeah, so the story behind this title is I knew for a really long time that I wanted to make this story about fame and family. I knew I wanted to be about fame and love. And I was chatting with my DP and creative partner on this, Charlotte Hornsby, and I had the title on the tip of my tongue. I was like, I see it being like fame and other. And, I wanted it to be like a nod to the quirkiness of the 90s. And she just sort of spit it out and was like, and other four-letter words. Like, I've always wanted to do a film that has like the and other words attached, and we were like, it was like this kind of perfect pairing of worlds coming together. So she was like, what do you think of that? And I'm like, that's amazing, I'm going to use it, but now you have to film it. And she was like, okay, I'll shoot it. And that started the title, and it also started the beginning of our creative collaboration on this project.
I
Okay,
feel
so
like
the
a
title
phrase.
came first.
The title came first. The title came first. I was like brainstorming what I wanted to call my script, and she helped me come up with this. And then I was like, well, now you have to shoot it.
Okay, so I feel like this phrase uh, and other four-letter words is just like such a strong statement, and you have fame here. I also am going to say I'm waiting for the next one in this series. It feels like the next one is going to be like love and other four-letter
And
words.
other drugs. No, I'm just kidding. That's
It
already.
feels like you could put some other four-letter word there and just like keep going.
Yes, it does. It does. It is very similar to the, love and other drugs, two weddings and a funeral. Like it has that catchy
Right. The catchy.
Right.
beginning and end, which was really fun. And yeah, I definitely envision more iterations of this to come. But in particular, I really want to make it into a feature film, like
Yeah.
95% of short filmmakers do. So yeah, whether or not we keep the title or mix it up, I guess just gonna have to wait and find out.
So tell us a little bit about the filming. What are we What is it about?
So the film is about a girl who is influencer and celebrity obsessed.
Hmm.
She runs this blog called Celebrity Sermon, where she shares with all of her followers the rituals, the habits, the religion of so many of her favorite celebrities. Um, and one day she is walking down the street on a day when she's supposed to be spending time with her sister, and she sees one of her favorite celebrities in the street, and she starts running after her, and she gets hit by a car, a Range Rover, of course, and she wakes up in a world where her sense of celebrity is just completely changed, and celebrities don't really exist anymore. They've sort of just been flipped upside down, and now what we think of as cool today is not actually cool at all, and what we think of as not cool, like, activism and scientists and computer scientists and politicians and lawyers, like those are actually the most interesting and famous people in the world, in this new world that we've created.
Okay, this sounds really, really fun and actually and super intriguing. So, how did you come up with that? Like, how did you get the idea? What inspired you?
I wish I could tell you, but I stumbled upon a note that I wrote. I've been writing ever since I was a kid, and I was the type of I've always been the type of person that if I have a thought, I just write it down, and I might never pick it up, I might never see it again. I have a million stories that will never see the light of day, just hidden in my notes app from like 2013. And one day I was meeting with these comedians, and I knew that they wanted to do a project with me, and I was so late to the meeting. And admittedly, I don't really prepare for meetings. I just go into them, hang out, feel the vibes. So I'm literally like walking through the door, and I'm like, I should probably think of an idea to do with these girls. And I just scrolled all the way back in my notes, literally like seconds before walking in, and I found this note that I had written in like 2017, and it was like a story about a girl who wakes up and celebrities don't exist, and she has to navigate this new world and this new reality. And I was like, oh, this is a really good idea. I think I should write this. And I went into the meeting pretending I had it all written, and I'm like, here's the story. I made it up on the spot. And then I went home and I actually wrote the thing.
That is amazing.
I love that. It kind of gives a flipped universe type of feel to it.
Totally. Yeah.
Flipped perception.
Yeah. It definitely leans on a lot of like the 90s comedy films, like, Liar, Liar, What Women Want, Shallow Hal, like these movies about someone who is morally compromised, and something happens and their world changes, and then they are forced to look inside themselves and hopefully make it right.
Okay, so you get home from the meeting and you sit and you write the script. How long did that take you?
It took me probably maybe like 2 years total. I mean, and I would love, I would be psychotic if I was just sitting every single day for 2 years and I only had 14 pages come out of it. So, um, it wasn't 2 years straight. Like, I would pick it up, I would pick it down, but there were probably, I don't know, 40 drafts of this script,
Wow.
even just a short film. Yeah, I had I had wow, I've been in the industry 15 years. I'm like, what is it called? I had table readings of it done. I had friends, comedians, all come together, give feedback. People who work on television shows, people who write blockbusters. Like, I had all people who've never written a movie in their life, people who work in finance. Like, I had all different sorts of people read the script and give me their feedback. I'm very much an information collector. I want to know what the average, someone who's not in film thinks, what someone who has been doing this for 40 years thinks. And yeah, it took me about 2 years to finally do it. And honestly, I probably could have kept writing forever. I probably would have kept going. I think the only reason why I stopped is because I found a little period of time where I wasn't working as a producer. And I was like, there's a 2 week window in my schedule. It's then or never. So, um, yeah, I put the pen down and I said, okay, this has got to be it. Let's just go shoot the thing.
Let's just do it. Yeah. So what made you decide you wanted to direct this one?
I think I wanted to direct it because it was a story that felt like it was mine. Um, the script is largely inspired by my relationship with my younger brother, who's 7 years younger than me, which is, a pretty large gap. And we've always been extremely, extremely close. But there was a large period of 5 years where I just couldn't understand him at all. I mean, he was obsessed with Kim Kardashian and obsessed with Gucci loafers and obsessed with all these designer labels. And I was in my struggling artist, filmmaker, only wearing vintage, eating bodega sandwiches every day phase. And I just couldn't relate to this. I couldn't relate to the materialism. I couldn't relate to the disconnect between having this idol that you don't actually know versus having real connections to people you do know. And it just made me think so much about this generation of influencer obsessors, and I saw how it affected my own relationship with my sibling. And so it caused me to really want to explore this in my writing. And I think that is where the idea first came from, was just thinking about my brother, and not saying I want him to get hit by a car, but he did get hit by a car actually, and he had a concussion, and after his accident, he completely deleted his Instagram. Like he had 40,000 followers when he was 15, 15 years ago, before this was a thing. And then he had this incident happen to him and he got rid of it all. He was like, this isn't real. This isn't me. So that also really inspired the arc of the story. Like, what happens when these big events happen? It really makes you look at what you've been doing.
So when you decided you had a 2 week window to make a project, how far out was that you went like, I'm going to film this over these 2 weeks?
It was probably 2 months out where I saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and I was like, that's probably when I should do it. So I kind of slowly started location scouting, probably
Mm-hmm.
two months out. And then, I'm a gig worker. I'm a freelance producer. So when a job comes, I have to say yes. It's how I make my career. It's how I make my living. So about a month out, there were no jobs in sight after the one that I was on. And so I said, a month out, I was like, okay, we're gonna really, really lock this in. And so we probably went into full prep 2 weeks before and then shot it for a week.
Okay, so when did you find your actors and
I found
Where,
my actors probably, I guess, first found Chloe probably a month before. And my last actor that I cast, Mary Catherine Garrison, I actually cast her literally the day before the shoot. And she lived in Georgia, so I literally booked her a flight the night that I booked her. I was like, we booked her, and I'm like, okay, now you're getting on a flight. Let's go. So about a month to literally the day before the shoot. I was casting all the way up until literally the night
wow.
before.
That's amazing to me how um how how long it takes, but then it all kind of happens really fast. Like,
So fast. Yeah, I actually find that like some of the best creative projects that I've ever done have happened really quickly.
mhm.
Huh.
Like it's very it's very interesting. I mean, not to say that this is the best project I've ever done because we'll have to see what the world thinks first. But the film that I produced that won Sundance was a short film that we literally did 2 weeks of prep on. Like 2 weeks of prep while we were prepping another commercial, and we used all the commercial money to make the short. Like that was an even crazier timeline. And I think something special comes from just going with it and just not having too much time to think.
Yeah,
and
right.
and because I can ruminate for god knows how long, and I didn't have the option to. I just had to do the thing, so I think that actually helped.
Just really have to focus and get that hyper focus going, and everything's going to that project.
Totally. I mean, yeah, everything goes to that, but also like I think it was important to me because I've never done this before, and I was so afraid that there was a little part of me that I think appreciated that I didn't have a lot of time, because I was like, well, if I mess up, then I can always just blame time. I could just say I didn't have any time. It weirdly took the pressure off a little bit. Um, yeah, like I remember when we were filming the final scene, I was like, oh my God, I did not spend enough time on the script. I should have done more for the final scene. I was focused so much on act one and two. I didn't do anything with act three for the past 6 months. And so I'm like, you know what? We'll figure it out in the edit. And we did. So it was fine.
Okay, so when you knew this was a short when you were writing it, obviously, and filming it, but I'm assuming you always knew you would love for it to go to a feature film. So when you're, how do you take the story to that next level if you've kind of condensed it so much for a short?
Well, the beautiful thing about this story is that it feels so much larger than just
Yeah.
this little short. Like it feels like it can expand to so many different characters and scenarios and situations. And I feel like so much is untapped. Like I don't think their relationship is strong enough. Like I think their relationship can be built even more. It's hard to establish like a real bond between two people when you have literally 30 seconds to set it up.
Right.
So I'm really excited to expand upon their relationship, expand upon this wacky new world. We really only get 3 scenes where this is the new world that they're in. Um, that's not nearly enough. Like I want to explore so much with this new crazy world, and by crazy I mean like ideal.
Yeah.
This dream world in my scenario, in my case, in my opinion. So yeah, I always knew that it would be kind of like a little baby truncated version, and I feel like I'm just outpouring in my writing of like all different things that can happen in the future iteration.
So, if this is well received at the film festival, what would be the process to take it from a short to a feature length film?
So I fortunately have done this many times before as a producer. So the first step would be having that script in hand at the festival. That's really important. It's very much like a 90s hack, but I am very much old school at heart, and I think you got to stick to the roots of these traditions. So what I plan to do is have the feature length script in hand. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to have it.
Yeah.
And essentially, during the festival, it's a great opportunity to go up to filmmakers, directors, producers, and just hand them the damn script. Just force it onto them. And I plan to be very bold, and I plan to be very memorable to a lot of these people. And I plan to make sure they read that damn script. And once they do, then we start talking budget and cast. And you do the same conversation with 10 to 20 different
Yeah.
companies.
Yeah.
And then eventually one of them says, okay, we'll give you, you know, 500,000 to start, and then we'll take it from there. And I say I will take it. So that's usually how it goes.
Okay, so are you done with your script?
I am almost done with my script. I'm very close. Done enough where like I feel like
You
I'm
could,
gonna take it to Tribeca
yeah.
no matter what. Like it's fine. Like I said, I could keep writing for the next 10 years. So yes.
I feel
Um,
like this idea that you have could even make like be a mini series or something. Like what a
Totally.
world to live in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people have been like, I see this being a TV show. And I love that thought. I do not see myself directing television. If someone were interested in taking the script and developing it into a TV series, that's definitely something I would be open to. In that case, I would probably be more, I would want to be a producer on it, not a director on it, maybe just one episode. Um, but yeah, I can see it going that way as well. Right now, the feature script is what I have. But if there were to be a network or a showrunner that were to say to me like, you know, we want you to produce this instead, and I'm definitely open to that too. I just love making things. Period.
it feels like it could be really a cool feature film though. Like it would have this a vibe to it
Yeah.
and you know an energy that people could really relate to. When you're handing out scripts, do you ever get anybody that'll say like, "Hey, can you email that to me because I want an electronic copy?" Or
Yeah, all the time, all the
yeah,
time. Oh my God, of course, absolutely. It's just, you know, we're in an industry of showmanship, you know.
right,
So
right.
I
And
just
talking
you
about
just have the physical thing. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, "Thank you, but no thanks. I'm about to go get drunk at a party. I'm not holding that script all night." But it's just the act of having it that I think makes you stand out.
I love that. Do you carry like a bag and so you're like,
Oh, festivals, I gotta have a big bag on me, you
okay.
know.
um, okay, so what do you want people to take away from this film?
I think I want people to take away that, you know, it's really important to sometimes take a step back at the way we think and the way we act and realize that we are this way because we've been conditioned over time to be this way. And wouldn't it be interesting if we were conditioned a different way? Like, what would that look like?
Right.
And I want to encourage people to be playful in their thinking, playful in their imagination, um, goofy, fun, accepting of one another, but also not afraid to make fun of each other and laugh at each other. You know, I give my brother a lot of flack for his obsession with celebrities. But I love them too. And I also get it. You know, I'm out here looking at like Hailey Bieber's makeup routine too. And I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good. I want my lips to look like that too.
Yeah.
So I want people to take it lightheartedly. And just like have a good time, honestly. Just laugh a bit. The world's really dark and sad. So I want people to like just have a good time for a second. And I want all of the collaborators that I've ever worked with, and the future collaborators that I will work with, to know that my expertise is not just managing money and managing logistics, that I also am a creative person myself. So those are the takeaways that I hope people get.
You know, the way you've described this film, it feels like it almost, you know, a very engaging and fun, but eye-opening piece, or maybe open our minds to a different view.
Yeah.
I hope so. I mean, I've had a lot of girlfriends watch it who are like not in film whatsoever, and a lot of them were like, "Wow, that made me think a lot," and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Great, that's what I would love."
Yeah. If you can laugh and think at the same time, that's great. Yeah.
Totally. I mean, I think if I had gotten crying in there,
yeah.
that probably would have gotten me the Sundance win. But you know, I'm very happy to just at least get the laughing and the thinking.
I feel like in a feature length film,
You'll get the crying.
Oh, we'll get
Yeah,
the tears in there. We got to get the tears in there in the feature length version. There's no
no,
excuse not to.
oh,
for sure. Will when can everybody else watch it? Like, will it be put out on YouTube or something like that?
I'm going to see what my conversations with the feature production companies are, because typically the way it goes with a short is that if your desire is to sell it
Mm.
to a feature, then the production company that you sell it to, they tend to have the ability to say like where it can publicly be or not, because it is technically IP for the feature version. Now, some companies might say, we want it to be out in the world because we want people to get excited for the feature length version. And some other companies might say, no, we want to keep it close to the chest and private. So I think what I would just say to people is you got to just, I guess, follow me and just keep, keeping track of me. And it's funny because I literally just told someone to follow, I told you guys to follow me. And this whole film is about, making fun of people who follow other people. So I guess it just goes to show like we're just making fun of all of us here.
Where
you know,
can we follow you, Miranda?
Well, I actually have my business account is Mermaid Productions. That's like Miranda, Mir, made like Miranda made that.
Okay.
So it's Mermaid underscore Productions.
Okay.
and is that on Instagram or where can we find you?
Yes, the one and only Instagram. That's where you can find me. And then I don't know how many. I don't think I'm going to put my email on here because that seems
Yeah,
like
no,
that could be
Well, no.
dangerous.
We'll keep it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, you can follow me on the internet.
We'll have to we'll keep tabs and see if there's any news.
Yes, definitely keep tags, and we also do have a channel for the feature. I'm getting ahead of myself. We have an Instagram page for the short as well. So as I mentioned, Jackie, the lead character in Fame, she has this Instagram channel, Celebrity Sermon, where she like interviews celebrities and talks about their routines. And we created an Instagram that mimics that. So at Celebrity Sermon is the page for Fame and other four-letter words.
So
I love
definitely
that.
give that one a follow. Yes.
That's
Definitely.
another social media thing to go and check out and follow.
Oh yeah, all the socials.
And we'll just laugh right along because we also have multiple social media accounts.
Yeah, I haven't. There's three others that I haven't listed, so don't even.
We'll start with those two.
Don't e-
Miranda, would you play a quick game with us?
Oh, I love games, of course.
Perfect. Okay, it's just a favorites game. So what is your favorite movie?
Wow, that
You can give
is
us a
Or
few. It's not really a
movie.
game.
Yeah,
favorite movie. Okay, I guess I'll say like my favorite movie right now.
that's works. Yeah.
Um, I guess my favorite movie right now is Reality Bites.
Ooh.
Probably because I'm just loving Ben Stiller's new like directing era that he's in.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure this was the first film that he ever directed.
Oh.
And I just love that he's a fellow multi hyphenate. He does a bunch of things. He directs, acts, writes, produces. And this short film marks my official becoming of a multi hyphenate as now a director writer. So shout out to Ben Stiller. Reality Bites is an incredible indie film from the 90s with Winona Ryder, Ethan
Yeah.
Hawke, Ben Stiller. So that's what I'll plug for now.
That's a great option. How about a TV series? Something you're currently watching or binging?
I am a self-declared television addict,
Yeah.
so I'm definitely watching a whole lot. Um, I guess something that I'm really into right now is Mobland. That I'm
Oh.
I'm pretty into. I just think that Tom Hardy is like the sexiest man on the planet Earth. So And I used to have such a big crush on him, and then I like feel like my crush just like totally faded, and I just didn't think about him for like 10 years. But this show reinvigorated my love of Tom Hardy, so that's got to be the kick that I'm on right now.
Okay, I need to watch that one then.
Yeah, he's really hot and scary.
You gotta love when you like somebody and then they come back and you're like,
They come
oh,
back,
it's
They come
it's
back.
it's like
and you're like, Baby, I missed you. Where have you been?"
right. I think Noah Wiley in the Pit is that for a lot of people right
Oh, don't even get me started. We watched like all 12
now.
series seasons, 15 seasons of ER like
Yeah.
nonstop
Oh,
like
oh,
a year ago. Yeah.
oh! You watched all the ER? Have you watched the Pit then?
We just started watching The Pit too. I'm on episode 6 right now, and I didn't realize until last night that each episode is an hour of their day.
It's one
Incredible.
hour. When you watch all the episodes, you have worked a shift. That's one shift.
In just brilliant, brilliant television writing. It's
I
so good.
even I appreciate it very, very, very much as someone who works in that field. So
Oh,
yeah.
Julie, say more.
I'm a critical care pharmacist at a children's hospital, code team, trauma team, ICU. So
That's incredible, Julie.
Deserves
uh,
the
yeah,
clap.
God bless you. I worked at a hospital during COVID for like 4 months because there was nothing for me to do, obviously. And as a producer, I was like, if I'm not going to help, then like, how can I expect anybody to help? My
yeah.
job is literally keeping people safe. So I have a deep love of the healthcare system after being in it during that time.
Being in it, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a very unique show, and I just think as you talked about that people on social media are like, oh no, Wiley, he just came back
Yeah,
and
so did Joshua Jackson. He just came back
Oh,
pretty big too. Yeah.
and I guess I should clarify that I have a deep love of the people that work in healthcare.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the system, but
yeah,
the people.
We got you.
same, same.
Okay, so when you are not making movies and watching TV, do you have a hobby? A favorite
Yes, I
hobby?
have many hobbies. Let's see. I play the bass. I love to play music. I am on a softball team. I play softball. We actually just won yesterday.
Congratulations.
We were down 8-1 and we came back and we won 11-10.
Yes, slow pitch, fast
Um,
pitch.
it's slow pitch,
I
but
love them all, so love them all.
it's fine. It's fine. It's co-ed, and
Yep.
the men on the other team yesterday were the biggest men I've ever seen in my life. So I did not think we were winning that game, and we did. So that was a huge victory. Um, let's see. I love Pilates, yoga. I love to dance. I love to drink. I love to go to comedy shows,
Oh,
and I love to see live music.
that is one of my favorite lists ever.
Yes,
Oh, thank you.
it's like my dream list.
Thank you. Thank you. I do love living my life to the fullest. I do.
That's fun. Do you have a favorite cocktail?
Yes, yes. I am a dirty gin martini girl.
And then
Yep.
Sarah, in an early life, was a bartender. So
Oh, she was like, "So you're secretly an alcoholic." Got
A
it, got
little
it, got
bit.
it, got it, got
she has
it.
strong feelings about drinks, and I don't, so she takes care of me when we actually are together.
Oh, what's your favorite drink, Sarah?
I actually do not have one at the moment. I'm struggling to find one. I don't
You
know.
know, you're like, I've seen it all. I've done it all, you know?
Yeah, no, I used to be like wine, and then, once you hit 40, you think, I don't know, it just didn't feel well with me, sit well with me. So now I just need to find something else. I do like gin though.
Gin is
Yeah.
gin is my favorite. Julie, what's your favorite drink? Do you know?
I'm the worst drinker in the whole
She
world.
likes frozen things. That's what she
That
likes.
I can leave sitting somewhere so that it's and forget
And
about. Like
and just
honestly,
forget about it. Yeah.
honestly, I just am not I'm not an anti-drinker at all. I'm just not a great drinker. If that makes
Yeah.
and gives me I get migraines. So there is like
Oh, that's not great.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a
maybe
little bit of
so
a
maybe
negative.
you're like a club soda and bitters girly. That's like what I always want to drink when I like want to go out but not really drink. I'll just
Not
have
drink
a
anything.
club soda's bitters. It's so yummy and it feels exotic, but it's
That's not bad.
hardly any alcohol.
Yeah,
If it's gonna be
that's a
sweet
good
and
idea.
sour too, that's probably the other thing. So like sweet sour.
Well, that's why you're getting a headache.
Not, no, no. But we'll call it that. But I'm
We'll
probably
My
call
gonna
it
leave it somewhere anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I know
that.
my favorite thing because we live in different states, but when we are together, very rarely, like, let's get a glass of wine, and she'll get it, and it just literally she just carries it around. She never drinks it.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
prop. It's like your
Right?
handbag.
We were someplace and she's like, "You drink or drink."
She
Real,
was
real proud.
shocked.
Real proud.
How did you guys meet?
Well,
What is
Through a chat group out of a group that we were in. Then a friend pulled us into
yeah,
a small chat group, and then we just kind of went from there.
yeah, lots of fun. It's funny how things work out in life, I think. You have to just always be open.
definitely and let the things come in.
Yeah. Miranda, what's your favorite music?
My favorite music. Wow, that's so hard. I love music so much. Music is definitely like my
Mhm.
core. I would say it's probably my I don't want to say it's my core passion, but it's equal to my love of film and television. Definitely equal. It hits me in a different way. Um, so I really do love a lot of different genre artists. I wouldn't say genres, but a lot of different artists. And I guess right now I'm really into gypsy jazz. Um, yeah, I'm actually planning a wedding in France. So we're listening to a lot of gypsy jazz to get us in the mindset.
I love
Um,
that.
I was just gonna say, like, as a bass player, is there something that you really like to play too?
Oh, well, in terms of what I like to play, I'm not at the level of jazz where I don't play jazz. I wish that is like
That's the
an
level.
advanced level. I mostly play like indie rock.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm really into indie rock. I play a lot of different like modern indie folk bands.
Yeah, like who do you
Um,
like to play?
Let's see. I currently am learning like a Japanese breakfast song. I have played like some rock bands like Arcade Fire song I'm learning, an Arctic Monkey song I'm learning. Um, yeah, so it's a mix of rock and like indie rock.
Yeah.
I love
Um,
it.
yeah, that's super fun.
So we're excited for you for fame and other four-letter words. Do you have a four-letter word that you can leave us with? That either
Ooh, great question. Hmm. I guess I'll leave you with my mother's middle name, which is Hope. I,
Ooh.
I leave you with hope. Hope for everybody's well being that you love and know because you are lovely women and your podcast is amazing. And I just hope all the things you hope for happen.
Oh, well, we hope the same for you.
Thank you. I feel like so many of your other guests that have come on have like so much arm movement happening. So I feel like I haven't contributed in that. Like during the opener, I just like saw all these people like going like this and
I was
It
like,
might
wait.
just be the way that was edited.
yeah, maybe.
That might just be that. Well, we're hopeful that you get everything you want out of the film festival with your film. And I'm gonna put out there, you gotta lift it up. I'm gonna be hopeful that Fame and Other Four-Letter Words becomes a feature film because I want to go see
Oh,
it.
thank you, Julie. That means so much.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Julie. We will be we'll follow you and keep tabs, and hopefully we can hear some good news soon, and this project will take off.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful that you asked me to talk. It's so sweet. And I will do the same with you. I can't wait to see all the amazing things you guys continue to do. And I hope to see you at the festival, if not at the festival, at the feature premiere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're coming.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you everybody for listening or watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you next time.